Hello friends, this is Carrie and welcome back to I Like Reddit channel. I hope you all are staying safe and healthy. Today we have 4 stories out of the Entitled Parents subreddit. Let's begin. Our first post is by the Airwoman. EP tries to enter my apartment to measure the bedroom. So this happened 3 years ago. I was renting a basement apartment that I loved. My landlords were great, aunt and uncle of my childhood friend. I lived there for 3.5 years. Halfway through, they told me that they wanted to sell the place, but probably not that soon, since the husband was working on a commercial ship 9 months at a time. I just asked them to tell me when they decide to sell. Anyway, 13 or 14 months pass and they decide to start the process. They introduce me to the realtors. Everything gets sorted out. Up to this point, everything was going great. The realtors give me 24 hours notice before they bring buyers. I can stay home during the showing or go about my business. I have no complaints about them or my landlords throughout the entire process. Then one day, I just get back from work and I didn't feel like going out. Realtors came by with a family of 5 or 6. It was announced, I just forgot, so I decided to stay. Family consisted of a mother, father, adult daughter, and 2 or 3 kids I can't remember. The father was a piece of work. Now, the thing is, I live in a touristy town on the Mediterranean coast. It was summer and people try and pull all sorts of cons here. Entitled father: I know you said someone lived here, but we hope to stay a couple of days to get the feel of the apartment. Realtor: what? This place isn't for rent. OP already lives here. Entitled father: well, I can't buy something just like that, but okay, obviously we can't stay the night. Me: sorry, no, you can't. I live here. He moves to measure things left and right, wondering out loud if their large wardrobe will fit into the bedroom. How he wants to buy the apartment for his daughter because she wants to go to college here. Eventually, they pack up and leave for the beach. I saw them later. The beach is only 2 minutes away from the apartment. The next day, there was no scheduled showings, and I decided to do the one thing everyone does when they live right next to the beach: take a nap after work. But before my head hits the pillow, I hear someone coming down the stairs. There were only 2 basement apartments, and my neighbors went away for a week. I get up to go for the door to spy, but before I even made it halfway there, someone rattles the doorknob and then, 10 seconds later, starts knocking. I was really confused and freaked out. I go to the door, and lo and behold, it's Entitled father from yesterday. I do not open the door. Me: who is it? EF: it's me, Entitled father. We met here yesterday. Me: what do you want? EF: I want to measure the space in the bedroom to see if my daughter's wardrobe will fit. Me: no, you're not getting in. EF: but I can't buy a place if I don't know. It's for my daughter. Me: then call the realtor. They have all the measurements on file. I'm not letting you in. EF: I'll buy this place and evict you. Me: good luck. I have 3 months left on the lease. You can't do crap about it. My landlords told me that if the place sells before my lease is up, contract will state I can't be evicted before my lease is up. I already had a place lined up. EF starts cussing me out and I hear him go away. I call the landlords and the realtor after that. They were all mortified and worried someone tried to come into my place, tried to let himself in, and threatened to evict me. Entitled father did not buy the apartment after all, because the landlords refused to ever deal with him again. Realtor told him it was sold. To this day, I believe their plan was to find a place to crash for a few days for a free vacation under the pretext of buying a place for their daughter. I still had to improvise webcams around the apartment to keep an eye on it while I was at work for the remainder of my stay there. I spent the entire summer not feeling safe in my own home. That was a close one and scary as hell. I'm glad OP didn't open the door, and I'm glad that the realtors and the landlords refused to sell to this creep. One of the things that they do in my area is they'll case say a neighborhood by handing out leaflets that say that it's a new up-and-coming yard service or they're realtors or something like that, or a cleaning service or something. And the person giving out the flyers is the one who is like the spotter person, and then they'll come by later on and burglarize your house when you're not home, or they'll do it at like 2 o'clock in the morning and hold you at gunpoint. So yeah, OP really dodged a bullet, because who knows what that guy was really up to, if it was just the free vacation thing, or if he was planning something else, or something even more terrible. Anyway, moving on to our next story. If you've been watching until here and are enjoying my content, please put some heart emojis in the comment section down below. Our next story is by Zombie Pizza Chef. No, Karen, your brat cannot have our cats. So this just happened today. We are trying to sell my current house, and so we had a showing today. Usually, they last only an hour, but our real estate agent called us and told us the people wanted more time, which we agreed to, thinking they would want to buy it. We come back 45 minutes later to see our real estate agent, their real estate agent, and a family in the driveway. The following conversation goes as followed. Cast: M, mom; OA, our agent; TA, their agent; EM, entitled mom; QD, entitled dad; B, brat, or spawn of Satan. Our agent: Mrs. OP, I'm sorry, but there's a slight problem. Mom: What is... EM: How much for your cats? Mom: Excuse me? EM: Well, we were looking at your house and my daughter loves cats. She saw them and fell in love. So how much? Mom: Sorry, they're not for sale. Brat: Mommy, I want them. EM: Look, I'll give you $500 for both of them. Mom: I'm sorry, but they're not for sale. I hope this doesn't change your opinion about the house. EM: I only want the cats. Mom: Well then, I'm sorry I wasted your time. We just walked towards the house at this point, assuming we're done. EM to their agent: Talk to them and tell them to work it out. Their agent: Look, they're very valuable customers to our business. We really need to make this sale. Will you please consider throwing the cats in as a bonus? They're adjusted to the house. I'm sure the family will take great care of them. Mom: Absolutely not, there are fur babies. Brat runs past my mom and runs into the house. We look at EM, astonished. Laughing, EM says, Well, she won't leave until she gets what she wants. Mom: Wow, you're a terrible parent. EM: Excuse me? You're the one who's teaching your kids to be selfish brats. At this point, we run in and find the brat covered and scratched and one very chunky little fluffed up cat. Brat: Mommy, it hurt me. EM: We're leaving. You'll be hearing from our lawyers for this. Mom: Yeah, okay. EM scoops up the spawn of Satan and leaves in a huff. Her husband mouths sorry to us and turns and leaves. Sorry, the format is god-awful. I'm just super annoyed. Moving on to our next story. Our next story is by Allied Funk. Entitled Mother tries to make my friend and I leave seats we paid for. This took place in a mall movie theater a few years back. Here's the cast. Me, a teenage wheelchair user. AR, my friend, also a teenage wheelchair user. NU, my friend's nurse. EM, entitled Mother. AR and I went to a movie and we bought 2 tickets for wheelchair seats. The only 2 wheelchair seats that didn't have regular seats between them. The movie trailers had just begun when EM stood in front of us and demanded that we move to another seat so that she could park her stroller. We refused, but she kept getting louder. She said that her seat was right behind us and she wanted to keep an eye on the stroller. The theater wasn't full, so I suggested she move further down where there were open wheelchair spots. This really set her off. She told me that it was rude for a child to talk back to an adult. I told her I was 17, but she didn't believe me. She started yelling at us, going on about how kids like us already get whatever we want out of pity, how we don't know what it's like to spend all day walking around the mall with a little kid. This movie was PG-13, by the way, and how we shouldn't even be out by ourselves anyway. At this point, NU came over and told the EM to stop harassing us. NU also pointed out that those spaces are reserved for wheelchairs, not strollers. This sent EM into another tangent, full on racial slurs and mocking NU for working for 2 white brats. NU is a black woman. NU calmly left the theater, and EM kept yelling at us. At this point, EM tried to physically move AR's manual wheelchair. The only reason AR didn't completely flip over is because a man a few rows back saw what was happening and grabbed the back of AR's chair as she was falling forward. NU came back with the manager of the theater and a security guard, who had a brief confrontation with the entitled mother before removing her from the theater. The manager ended up giving the 2 of us each free popcorn and drinks as apologies. All for a movie my dad had already spoiled for me. Moving on to our final story. Our final story is posted by Snufflebug. Entitled Mother thinks her kids are entitled to our pygmy goats. My parents live in a big rural home with a big open garden surrounded by forest. There is a single one-way road along one side. They also have 4 baby pygmy goats, my dad's pride and joy. The goats live in a fenced-off corner of the garden, one side being against the road. Bear in mind the fence is roughly 6 feet tall. Because of where they live, they often get dog walkers and people walking past the garden, and naturally they love to look at the pygmies. Usually this is no problem at all, as they respect the property and just look from a distance. until this lady. Pygmies are loud. When they're scared, they scream to the high heavens. So when we heard them bleeding, we went to go check to see if they were okay. That's when we found a random child in the pen with them. Cast: EM, entitled mother; EK, entitled kid; D, dad. So this EK is running after our poor goats, trying to grab them and pick them up. And the mother, who is on the other side of the fence, just watches. D: excuse me, how and why is your child on my property? EM: he just wanted to pet the goats, so I lifted him over the fence. EK is now trying to climb back over the fence, which isn't working because it's pretty flimsy. D: I need you to leave right now. You're trespassing and stressing my pets out. EM: he's not doing anything, he's just playing. There's no sign saying that we can't go in. D: it's obvious this is private property. Leave. EM: some people are so selfish. My kid just wanted to pet them. Why are you being so rude to us? Dad then lifts the child back over the fence. EM: don't you ever touch my child. How dare you? Dad: don't you ever touch my pets. How dare you? EM storms off, and now there are signs on the fence saying, this is not a petting zoo, no trespassing. No goats were harmed during the making of this post. Anyway, we've reached the end of the video. That's all the stories I have for today. Links to the original Reddit post will be in the description box below. Please stop on by Reddit to show the OP some love and an upvote. If you enjoy my content, please comment, like, and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell notification to let you know when I've uploaded new videos. Thank you for watching and have a great day.